Howdy. Hey everyone. It's me, natsuvega. I mostly play jrpgs, currently just finished Xenoblade X last night, the base game. I'll probably do things offline, side quests, stuff. We'll be playing Yakuza 0 a little bit after this, but then I'll be gone for a bit. I'll be back and, you know. But I wanted to talk about, since I'll be gone next week, I at least wanted to make a video of what my expectations were. Of course, that includes the state of play, the Summer Game Fest, maybe a little less on the Summer Game Fest, just game, honestly, hopes instead of expectations. Mostly, if I had expectations, I'd probably put like GTA 6 or something else along the lines. Like Wolverine, we know that's gonna be there. I think they've said it's gonna be there. But yeah, let's get on. This is just the spreadsheet I have. Personally, you can also open that. I think you type in !games and it shows up. It shows kind of the games I want to play, games that I own. It's not really updated on things that I own yet, like Yakuza 0. I own that. I haven't put that down. Same for Kiwami 3, but that's specifically the Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, because I did play Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0 is one of the very first games I ever streamed, which was a very long time ago. Same with DQ11, which we just got the DQ12 trailer, so I don't think there's going to be any Dragon Quest news, probably, because they just had the 7, was it remake? They just announced DQ12. I don't think they'll show anything new, is what I think. Stranger Than Heaven, maybe. I think they've shown enough. The last trailer they showed, I don't think we're going to get any Yakuza news. Unless it's like, is Kiwami 3 for the Switch? Unless just that or something. More Switch ports, they usually save that for the RGG Summit. I know they've announced Switch releases for the Nintendo Direct, but mostly for, is it third party? I forget. But very low on the list. Biggest one. Well, I have a list. Let me open that up. Not in here. This is kind of just a show. Unicorn Overlord, I've owned that one for a while now. You can just see I'm really invested into jrpgs, so you can kind of see what I'm leaning into. There's also Smash. I doubt they would have a Smash game, since when they first released, they released the one for the Switch 1. They kind of mentioned that they just wouldn't, because it's a lot of work. All the characters, all the movements. Can't imagine them making anyone anytime soon, but hey, they've had one at the first 2-3ish years of every new console, so the Switch 2 being out. Of course, my list isn't updated here. It's I'm missing a lot of games that I have written down on my phone that like I'm kind of like watching on something, and I'll like write it down. But yeah, Dustblood could, but I don't have it on my list, but just came to mind. Yeah, there we go. Dragon Quest 11, very first game I ever streamed. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, because the medium. A lot of these streams are gone. I wish I could have known a little bit more about streaming, because nobody tells you about bitrate and things like that, or needing a capture card. But the medium would have been a good one for people to watch. I did replay this one later. OG Final Fantasy 7. But okay, Ni no Kuni. Xenoblade 3, Legend of Heroes, a lot of Legend of Heroes. Got caught up with the series eventually. See, the reason I haven't played the remakes of 3 and 4 Persona is because the remakes, or I played the original and like the remix came like right after, so I was kind of like, eh. A lot of games have to be a whole lot of games this year. Specifically, of course, I have played a lot of smaller games last year, or a lot of games that I was playing the year before bled into, yeah, like DMC. Yeah, I got done with these in like 3 weeks or something. But SpongeBob. All right, this is kind of where I'm at right now. I do have to go back to Mega Man Star Force. Would they have any Mega Man stuff? I don't think so. I don't think they would. But okay, my list. Kingdom Hearts 4. I know. They've been showcasing a lot of games that have like, they've shown like at least the logo of before or something, and then been radio silent. They've been really showcasing a lot of games like that recently. And then they just had they were removing the was it cloud gaming on the Switch, just without a word or anything. So they're either gonna be announcing they're releasing like physicals or actual games you can play that's not on the cloud on the Switch. So that would be nice. I do own them on PlayStation though, most of them, because I still have to. I've only ever played Kingdom Hearts 3, and I've watched like the 8-hour-long lore videos explaining all the games, but it's been so long, and I tend to forget stuff if I don't play them myself. So probably go through Kingdom Hearts eventually, the most of the games at least. But Kingdom Hearts 4, we really haven't seen anything since they first showed it with the I think it was Sora. They said no more Sora. I remember when I finished Kingdom Hearts 3 and they said end of Act 1, because they were like hyping 3 to be like the last game, and now there's 4, and then we're like, oh, no more Sora. Then Sora shows up in the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. But again, we haven't had anything since that trailer several years ago. So hopefully we get something finally. They've been hyping it up, the state of play. Like I think some of them it's going to be in some theaters, which is crazy. Again, I'm out this next week, so I'll probably be missing that. Another game I would be hoping to see right there, my recently beat games, Marvel Spider-Man 3. I know I just beat 2, but I think 2 came out a really long time ago. And it didn't have any DLC like the first game did, which I found surprising because it's a great game. I don't know, feel like it sold well, just didn't make any more content for it. But seeing 3 would be nice. I remember I was playing a little, not back to back, but kind of back to back. I really missed what I'm swinging since. Yeah, sorry for all the yawning. Really, be nice to see, since I remember playing it on the very early consoles, PlayStation 2 or something, GameCube, baby. Very old versions. Chosen the Sky? Maybe they'll have something for 2. 2 hasn't come out yet, right? Maybe they won't. Probably won't. It'd be nice if they announced the next Legend of Heroes games after Trails Beyond the Horizon. I don't know when I forget when the announcements are. I know they've announced the remakes for Sky the First Chapter during the directs, but I forget when they announced the Legend of Heroes games, or unless they just don't show up. But I feel like it's been getting a bigger Western release. Same with the big Tokyo Xanadu sequel. So it'd be nice to see those games be announced, get a date, or at least a year. Next on the list is new Mario game. There's usually a new Mario game. I have a friend that's like, there's not enough Mario stuff, and I'm like, what are you talking about? you just got 2 new games, you got a movie, all these other things. I'm like, chill out. But new Mario game. I feel like a new main Mario game. I know they've had the one where you turn into like a elephant, but I'd be like another like Super Mario, a big 3D Mario game would be nice. I think I would like to replay Sunshine. I kind of find it hard to find it somewhere to buy. I think it was only physical. I feel like it was, and I just can't find the physical copy since they were so limited. But that's it. Final Fantasy VII 3 Part 3. I feel like it's time to at least show something about it. I remember I played the original, getting ready to play the remake to see all the differences, and I'm glad I did. Then I played the second game just a bit ago. You could probably would have seen on my spreadsheet. Now the finale for FF7. I wonder how it'll end. I don't know. I finished 2 and left a bitter taste in my mouth. I wasn't sure how to feel about. I don't want to spoil, but people were expecting something else. They didn't get spoiled too either, which was interesting. But to finally see what they have in store for us planned, different ending, or there's definitely different from the original. So I wonder how it'll be. Crazy. Destiny 3. I know they just announced closing Destiny 2 a bit ago, and I don't I mean, I used to play Destiny so much back when I had an Xbox, but yeah, I really haven't been kept up to it. I heard the DLC hasn't been great, the story so far, or they're not ending the story. They didn't really didn't have like a conclusion or a good grand finale or things that's closed. But I don't know, maybe they're just getting ready to release Destiny 3 and they'll announce that. I'm sure Bungie will announce something. Pretty big studio. Not sure how they've been doing so far financially recently, but I don't know. I've been playing Bungie games since I was a wee lad, since against Halo. But if you see something else, I remember when I first saw Destiny, I was like, "Oh, you can like I was really into shooters, not so much anymore." But I was like, it kind of looked RPG-ish, and I was like, I really love jrpgs, even though I don't play them any, because you know, my dad would usually just buy me games that didn't really end, games you could keep on playing over and over again, because he didn't like me beating and being done with it. He'd find it like a waste of money. But let's see, Persona 6. I wouldn't have put Persona 6 if it wasn't for the recent leaks, because I know they've announced Persona 4, but they haven't really said anything besides showing like a few like we were in screenshots. There were videos, but it's kind of empty, and with no date either. So I feel like now would be the time to either give a date for Persona 4 remake, or, which would be crazy because I don't know why they would get, because the game was usually I guess except for Metaphor, but it was a different IP, different game. But usually people or studios don't announce a game and then they announce like a remake and then they announce next things. They don't want to take the focus away from the remake. But I don't know. Maybe they don't care anymore. Maybe they'll announce P4 Golden for later this year. I doubt it. Didn't feel like it's close to being done, or I feel like they would have set a date, or at least a year. I don't think they set a year. Can't remember. But P6, I've been waiting. I've been expecting it every single direct, every single state of play, every single whatever. But who knows? Maybe we'll finally get to play it next year, which will be really exciting. I already went through Kingdom Hearts. Pokemon Wind Waves? Probably not. They save that for the Pokemon direct stuff. Maybe they'll showcase DLC for Pokopia. Maybe, because you know, they probably just want to show that, and they don't have much else to show. In terms of having like just a specific Pokemon direct, they could also finally announce. They announced Pokemon Coliseum and Gale of Darkness a long time ago, but I think it was only Gale of Darkness that came out, which is crazy to me. That only Gale of Darkness got the release. I don't think Coliseum's gotten a release yet, so maybe we'll get something of that in the direct. Same for not related to Pokemon, kind of. They had that one. Well, Fire Emblem, I think Path of Radiance is on the Switch. No, I'm not sure about Radiant Dawn, which would be nice. I like to play through those Fire Emblem games. I'm currently going through 3 houses. I'm on my second route, Golden Deer route. Good Blue Lines, Golden Deer. I'm in like chapter 19, 20-ish, and then I'll be doing the Black Eagles, and then I'll be moving over to 30 Hopes. But I don't think I'll be able to finish all those games by the time Fortune Weaves comes out. Necessarily put the pedal to the metal. New Zelda game, I don't know. There's been a lot of Ocarina of Time talking, other remakes. They have a movie they're working on. But a new game, I don't know if people are expecting a new game. I know it's their 40th anniversary. Maybe they'll just have a logo or something small to say it's in development, or maybe they'll have maybe next year or in 2 years, 2028. Or maybe they'll just show the remake and that's it. This is maybe one of my biggest ones. Maybe top 3 biggest ones. I don't think I've done any of my top. No, kind of. A new Tales game. When did Tales of Arise come out? 1 second. 2021. It's been 5 years. 5 years since we've nothing. Nothing at all. At least Dragon Quest had the logo, and they just showcased some like a little mini trailer, because they turns out they started from scratch, which is crazy. They didn't say when, so there's also no date. But a new Tales of game would be amazing. I know they're doing the remaster project, which I'm really grateful for. But I know they just re-released Tales of Arise for the Switch. They not re-released, but you know. And they've released Tales of Berseria for the remake, remaster. That was not a remake, a remaster. That's why I was assuming they haven't shown anything yet, because they don't want to remove the focus from the games that are coming out soon, so people can. Tales of Arise. I have to replay that game, because I don't know if I want to replay it on stream, but I would like to do the DLC at least, because I didn't get to do that. But I played it on the Xbox, and I now have a PlayStation instead. I switched those out, so I could do the DLC, but you know, I would like to play the game again. Give it a second look after 5 years. And then the remasters. There's so many games you can expect for a remaster. They've been kind of going in order from newer-ish games, so I'd love for it to be Tales of Abyss, Tales of Eternia, Tales of Legendia, Tales of whatever, and but again, they might go newer since they're easier to work on, less work, I think. So it could be Tales of Xillia 2. I think would be the closest. They just released Tales of Xillia, then it could be Zestiria as well, since they also did Berseria. Funnily enough, I love Zestiria. One of my favorite, if not favorite, Tales of games. Just because I really love the character Saray. But I'm hoping for another Tales of announcement of some sorts. Be it new game or more remasters. Hopefully they, you know, announce it before the end of the year, so they can maybe potentially announce another one. Because I know they kind of mentioned only 2 years of remasters, but if it does well, they'll do more. Which hopefully we get a lot. Hopefully it goes long enough that we get games that just never came out to the West. There's some games that are only in Japanese. There are currently teams working on translations and stuff. But let's see, Yakuza 9. It's not happening. We saved that for their RPG Summit, but it would be nice to see something. I know they're working on Stranger Than Heaven. I know they usually have 2 RPG Summits a year, and they've only had 1 so far this year. So I'm assuming sometime the second one, I feel like their last Stranger of Heaven trailer was, when does the game come out? November? It's soonish. It's this year. But they released a pretty big trailer. I kind of just didn't watch half of their trailer because I was trying to avoid spoilers, but I don't see anything. They've had so many spin-off games. Have they? Well, they had Kiwami 3, the Kiwami 3 DLC. They had Pirates in Hawaii. So maybe next is they've been working on Stranger Than Heaven. Maybe next line is Yakuza 9. Have I mentioned Xenoblade 4? Or a new IP from the same game studio. I know they have the blonde lady with the sword as something. I know I've heard they've been recruiting a lot of people. Xenosaga would be nice, but I don't think that's on them, since they don't own the full rights. But it would be nice to see something Xenoblade related. I know the Xenoblade Definitive Edition came out last year, and then the Switch 2 version came out a bit ago, which is kind of when I started streaming it. But yeah, they haven't really had anything since Xenoblade 3, which was even before. Yeah. Oh well, yeah, that's all around the time I met my wife. She really liked that game. But Xenoblade 4 is something adjacent. Same, you know, studio working on something. I already mentioned Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I feel like there can't be anything else. There can't be nothing shown of it. So I know they said this year. And I was thinking it was gonna be this month, but seeing how this month is practically over, I'm hoping for either an August or September release date, something soonish, which would be crazy because again, they haven't shown anything since the trailer they had 8 months ago, and I'm seeing like new videos of hopes, of what the game is, of expectations. Really nice to see one, especially since I've been going through a lot of the Fire Emblem games recently. I've gone through Awakening, I've done all the Fate routes. I guess it isn't that much, but currently going to 3 houses. I watched my wife play Path of Radiance done, but I'd like to play it myself. Things like that. We're almost done. Monster Hunter Wilds expansion. I know they had the Iceborne for Worlds, but Wilds, I don't think it has anything huge like that. I know I was really hoping to, Wilds to be a game I really wanted to play, like over and over again, all in my free time, but I honestly feel like I don't have much free time. This is my free time. So I either do this or that. But a Wild expansion I could see happening, since I feel like it is around the time that you would announce something like that. Something for the summer, since I think summer break just started, which would have been nice for Fortune's Weave, because people would have played that during the summer break, or they got in it for the summer break, but maybe they'll get it for Christmas or something. I don't know. I think I already mentioned the Pokopia DLC when I said Pokemon. Pokopia's looks like it's been doing great, amazing even. I haven't seen much after initial release. I saw like a lot of big stuff. I do still see people streaming it, having a lot of fun with it, which is nice. I know my wife wanted to play it. She's currently kind of on and off with what's that? I forgot the name of it. Tomodachi. I was like, me something. Tomodachi. Which looks really fun. And I think that's it. I mean, Mega Man would be great. Mega Man Star Force 4 would be great, but nah. They just barely said that if the trilogy sells well, they'll think about making Star Force 4, but I don't know. Oh, Cleric's Obscure Expedition 33. I can see them releasing that for the Switch. Little Switch announcements. Now, too soon for Digimon. Dispatch 2 would be nice, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. Anything here that's sparking me? Not really. Another Phoenix Wright game would be great, and then people have been clamoring for that. No, Metal Gear's done. Another Persona 5 spinoff would be crazy. Oh, Grammy Fantasy Relink, it's getting its DLC, I think, a month or 2, which I do plan on playing. That's the game I've been playing on my off time if I do feel like it. Hi-Fi Rush 2, Ni no Kuni 3 would be nice. Yeah, but I think that's it. Thank you everybody for listening to me. I know I don't have the greatest voice, or I yawn a lot, but hopefully you had fun. Hopefully we can be excited for. I'll probably be avoiding social media and YouTube and everything for, well, not YouTube entirely. I do want to watch Kamen Rider, and I've been watching Kamen Rider Geats and Zats, and which are on YouTube. Do want to watch the movie that's on Amazon. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. I'll probably be back Sunday, the week of State of the Play, and then hopefully that coming week they have Nintendo Direct. Hopefully they don't announce it Nintendo Direct while I'm gone. They don't want to watch that one live with Hannah, but we'll see. Until then, take care.